Ardeep joined. Okay, so the focus of today's lecture is to discuss one of the important concept, which is referred as a on cascade concept. So partially we have discussed this concept during the labs, right? And today we will be discussing its other related theories, like what could be the different parameters or different settings we can define, right? So settings means here is basically let me share this whole screen. Okay, so I hope it is visible. So let me share this document. This is lecture 14, 13. Yeah, again it is 13. Yes, so it is visible, I hope. This is what we have discussed with CSB on 21st of September, and it is about on concept of on cascade, right? So primarily, what we have done, we have discussed that on delete or on cascade concept. Eventually, not concept. It is on cascade is a clause, right? So like whenever we used to do something in a SQL, clauses are used, widely used, right? So if you can see clearly, we have written expressions. So let me uncolor this first. Control A, no color. Okay, so here you can see we have taken out a definition simply, right? Here we have taken out, like so if you write simple expression like create table student, any student, first name, then primary key, then D number 5. Now foreign key, D number, references department number, right? So I'm assuming that this this department table is already created, right? Because it is a parent table, so I'm assuming that it is already created. So if I write something like on delete cascade space on update cascade, right, till here. So we have added two more things, on delete cascade and on update cascade. Two things we have noted down, added actually, not noted down. So if you see, primarily we are having these two clauses along with this foreign key part, this whole thing, right? So that's what I am saying. I have shared that whenever we are writing a foreign key, whenever we are defining a attribute in a table, attribute in a child table, whenever defining it as a foreign key, right? So this is the way through which we can define as a foreign key. So we can define this D number in the employed student table as a foreign key. So whenever we are doing this kind of practice, you should be taking care of these two clauses also, right? On delete cascade and on update cascade, right? So that's what the I think best practice considered, because in the database, when we will be discussing these details in the lab session also, so we will be having some kind of experience that what is the effect of these conditions and why we are pushing it to write down. So whenever we are creating a database table, why it is so important to have these clauses, right? So what if we do not define these kind of things? So basically, the first thing is that whenever we define this cascade thing, it will have the effect of change in the parent table on its child table. So whenever we are doing something on department table and department number attribute, it will be replicated. It will be cascaded into the student table also. That's the basic purpose of cascade effect, right? Cascade clause. Now, so we have taken one or two scenarios in the lab session also, that so let's for instance let's take out this update part like this. So suppose we are using simply delete scenario. So whenever you are performing some delete operation on the parent table, you want it to be reflected, we want it to be cascaded into the child table also. Ideally क्या होता है, अगर आप ये cascade effect use नहीं करते हैं with delete, so system or SQL DBMS will not allow you to delete something from the parent table. बट बहुत सारे सिनेरियोज में ये रिक्वायर्ड होता है कि यू नीड टू रिमूव some entries because of some business changes from the parent table, and now if you are deleting something from parent, it should be reflected on the child. So we have one option to get it manually done, right, by update things by using update expressions, or you can have this kind of cascaded clause. So there we can define delete cascade. So if we mention on delete cascade, right, it means whatever we are doing, whatever we are removing from the parent, it will be removed from the child also. So अगर कोई डिपार्टमेंट नंबर बंद होता है, तो डिपार्टमेंट नंबर जहां भी यूज हुआ है, डिपार्टमेंट नंबर 1, इट विल बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द ऑल चाइल्ड टेबल्स. हो सकता है कि डिलीट टेबल, डिलीट जो हमने वैल्यू डिलीट किया है वो बहुत सारी जगह यूज हो रहा हो. सो फ्रॉम ईच child tables it will be deleted. Simply cascading means delete cascades. Cascade is one possibility. Cascading means whatever change we are doing in the parent table, it will be directly reflected, right? So with on delete itself, we have these options. So you can have on delete, and these are the possible cases, right? So whenever we are deleting something from the parent table, the first possibility है कि जो आपने किया delete में, आपने क्या किया, values delete कर दी, तो वो values delete हो जाएंगी child table से भी. That is one possibility. And while deleting, there is one possibility that we want to define as a null on the child tables. So whenever we are deleting from a parent table, on the occurrence of delete on the parent table, one possibility is that the delete should be directly reflected. That okay, आप जो child tables है उसमें आप कोई value assign नहीं करेंगे, it will simply left blank. That's one way. So leaving blank is not equivalent to null. That is something very clear. You should be having idea. Second option is that whenever we are deleting from a parent table, it should set as a null in the child table. So whenever we are deleting something from the parent, it should be set null in the child table. And then the third possibility that whenever we are performing delete on a parent table, the deleted values in the child table should be set with a some default value. वो आपको mention करना पड़ेगा यहीं पर, like writing as a on delete set default as, let's say कि it's d number, so let's say 99, something like that. तो ये हो सकता है if we use on delete set default, right? So this is the typical case. Now, so we have three possible scenarios, three possible replaced value or cast values on the deletion on a parent table. Now, similarly, if we use update, तो ये भी हो सकता है कि आप केवल update use करें. So in the case of update on the parent table, you have again three possibilities. The first possibility is that we want to reflect all the changes on the value in all the child tables. So that's what I think on update cascade will achieve, right? तो जैसे आप डिपार्टमेंट नंबर 1 को 1 करेंगे जब पेरेंट टेबल में, तो सभी चाइल्ड टेबल में रिफ्लेक्ट होगा अगर आप केवल इतना मेंशन करेंगे ऑन अपडेट कैस्केड, राइट? और ये हो सकता है कि आप ये चाहते हैं कि व्हेनेवर आई एम अपडेटिंग अ वैल्यू ऑन द पेरेंट टेबल, द changes in the child table should not be reflected. So whenever we are making a change in parent table, the changes on the child table should be set as a null, right? तो वो आप क्या करेंगे, on update set null. Similarly, you can use on update set default, right? So इसका specific effect है और obviously है और common sense based है कि जो है आपको written form में दिख रहा है, text form में, that is the typical effect of it. So that is one way. And naturally, whenever because we will be using the database and on our parent tables, there is a possibility of some changes on the database. So दो ही possibilities हैं changes में, एक तो delete होगा वो concern create करता है और एक update होता है तो concern create करता है. Insert में हमने already discuss किया है, we cannot have this on insert cascade, we cannot have that idea because हम आप randomly किसी भी जगह जब आप चाइल्ड टेबल में वैल्यू इंसर्ट करेंगे तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप जो पेरेंट है जो फॉरेन की डिफाइंड है तो उसमें हर जगह वैल्यू अपडेट होगी. इट इज नॉट अ आइडियल केस, इट इज नॉट अ गुड केस. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस ऑन कैस्केड इज नॉट वर्किंग, इट इज नॉट डिफाइंड टू वर्क विद cascaded effect, right? So we have to define or we have this option to use this on delete or on update cascade, right? So this is something I think it is easy to understand, and it is obvious also. So from now, whenever we are creating a database table, even in the exams also, whenever there is a question to create a database table, you should be writing these two clauses, on delete and on update. That is kind of mandatory part, right? So you cannot create a foreign key without these two, right? तो ये आपको याद रखना है. So with this, let's take one specific question, and which is okay. We are not going to discuss this. Okay. So is this question is visible to you? Let me share. Let me stop sharing. I am sharing with a different option now. Window now. Where is the 14? Yes. So I think it is visible now. You can see. Yeah, it is starting. Yes. So it is visible to you. Yes, good. So now can you read this question and see what is the possible reply? So now questions. Let me read the question. Question says. The following table has two attributes A and C, where A is the primary key, A is the primary key, and A is the primary key, and C is the foreign key, referencing to A. Now we have kept C as a foreign key, and it is referencing to A, right? So it is called a self-referencing. So C is referencing to A. So C is a foreign key, A is a primary key. Now it says C is a foreign key referencing to A with on delete cascade. So on delete cascade means whenever we are deleting a value in the primary key, in the attribute which is a primary key acting as a reference to a foreign key attribute, right? उसमें जो चेंज होगा डिलीट का, और ऑन डिलीट कैस्केड है मींस डिलीट करेंगे तो फॉरेन की वाले में डिलीट हो जाएगा. सिंपली दैट्स व्हाट cascade means, on delete cascade. That's the first scenario which we have taken. So can you see the question statement? So after this database state, you can see this instruction is the set of all tuples that must be additionally deleted to preserve the referential integrity when the tuple 2, 4 is deleted. So it says, suppose we delete the very first tuple 2, 4, right? So let's read the first row. Now because of deletion of this thing, what is the other tuples to be deleted? Because we have defined on delete cascade. So let me see what is the answer. What is your answer? Ardeep says 5272, 5272. So we are getting 5272. Okay, see it carefully. Yeah, C is the answer, right? So that's how the effect of on delete cascade, right? So ये questions exam में तो नहीं हमारे होंगे, but whenever we are going for some kind of MCQ based quiz or MCQ based examination, and there will be some question from database, and particularly from SQL, these kind of questions should be there. It must be there naturally, and this question itself is taken from one of the exam called GATE, GATE. It is for MTech and other courses, other master courses, right? So this question is from GATE 2018 or 2017, right? So these kind of questions should be there. So with this we have seen how basically effect of on delete cascade could be, right? Yes. So okay. So we have done with this actually scenario on cascade or on delete cascade, on update cascade. Okay, now we are going to discuss the new question, new concept or new part of SQL, which is called as a referred as a retrieval query. Now we have pointed out this part that in the lifetime of a database or in the lifespan of database, these instructions or these queries like DDL expressions and DML expressions are hardly contains or consist of around 2 to not 2 actually 5 to 8%, right? So rest of the queries are of nature retrieval. So when I say retrieval query, it means there is a request from the user side. There is a request from a user to retrieve the data, to extract the data, right? So whenever we say it is a retrieval query, it means there will be a statement from the user. There is a request from the user that you have to retrieve the list of employee. You have to retrieve the list of employee who are working in a department. You need to retrieve the list of departments who are having these projects. You have to list down the students who are having this much of CGPA, something like that. So if you see any database like IRCTC, maybe SBI, and any database, any real-time databases which we are using as a user, you can realize that we have a lot of data requests. We have a lot of operation defined in that database, which somehow using retrieval queries, right? So in fact, whenever we are performing more than one operation, whenever we are performing user action, whenever we are performing action which requires more than one or two queries, more than one query, it will have at least 50% queries of nature retrieval. So like in case of ticket booking in IRCTC, there will be only 2 operations which are of nature DML, and remaining 5 are of retrieval queries, right? So to perform a simple ticket book operation, whenever we are initializing a transaction, the whole transaction in IRCTC server, it will be having 5 different SQL queries on the database, and out of these 5, 2 are of nature DML, right? So 2 are of nature DML, and out of these 2, one is update, one is insert, right? But remaining 3 are primarily the nature of retrieval. They are simply retrieving the data. So whenever we are going for ticket booking, we are naturally providing some information, and based on that input, some data will be retrieved. And after looking at this retrieved data, again we are selecting something. We are performing some selection. So that is something. The first 3 queries of nature selection. Then we are going for DML expressions. There we are, or maybe DBMS system is updating or inserting the possible data value on the server, right? So primarily now, because from today we are going to discuss this this new set of queries, which is referred as a retrieval query or data retrieval queries. So we can do one thing. We will be taking the example of employee database, the database which we have created in the labs, the employee database, and the same instance which we have created will be used to basically understand or to perform the basic expression in the lecture room, actually, at least. Labs के लिए हम दूसरी database भी create करेंगे और different queries try करेंगे, but lecture class में we will have different set of expressions and the database will be same for taking a simple approach for it, right? So let me share again the class note of lecture 15. So lecture 15 means we are in the middle of this particular subject, because I have planned 30 lectures only. So 30 lecture means we have done with 15. So remaining 15 we will be going in the next this month and next month, right? Okay, so I hope it is visible to you. Now let me take out the colors first. Yeah. So if you can read, so we are now going for retrieval queries. So retrieval query, that's what. So a query which have the request retrieval or data retrieval request or data extraction or data anything you write, right? So extraction is the proper term, or retrieval is also sometimes used. So you can have data request is also one important term we used to utilize, right? So after doing creation of database relation or schema, we have done insertion of data records into the database. So primarily we have done with first 2 steps. Now the next important step is how to retrieve or how to extract the database records from the database. Now we will be discussing or we will be highlighting these possible clauses. So again, as same as the clause of create, alter, truncate, and insert. So these are the clauses. So similarly, to retrieve the database records, to extract the database tuples, we will be using some set of clauses, right? So these clauses are like select. We have used this select. Then this is from. Then where. Then order by, then group by, and having. So these are the 6 possible clauses. So in a SQL query, to retrieve the data, these are the maximum possible clauses we could have, right? So clauses के फॉर्म में तो क्लियर है कि ये क्लॉज है. नेचुरली क्लॉज के अंदर कुछ चीजें आएंगी जहां पे हमने डॉट डॉट किया हुआ है. So like in one of the class we have discussed that if you want to see the records of a data base table, you will be simply writing select star from that table name. So that is the minimum form we can have, right? So maximum possible clauses ये हैं कि सभी यूज हो जाए. Select, from, where, order by, group by, ये सभी यूज हो जाए. एक मैक्सिमम कोई ऐसी क्वेरी होगी यूजर की जिसके रिकॉर्ड्स को रिट्रीव करने के लिए we will be using these all clauses, right? So select भी यूज होगा, from भी होगा, where भी होगा, order by, group by, having anything. So you should be taking care of these clauses. So whenever we are writing a SQL query, retrieval query for a requested data for a statement, you should be taking care of कि कौन सा यूज होगा और कौन basically, because आगे हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि basically जब आप clauses को यूज करते हैं, so what is the possible results we are getting in the intermediate steps. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक सिंगल क्वेरी एक बार में चल जाएगी, उसका इफेक्ट आपको देखना पड़ेगा, वो हम लैब्स में भी देखेंगे. So primarily let's take as a these 6 clauses are the clauses possible, maximum possible clauses in a query whenever you're writing a retrieval query. Now, if you see these 2 first clauses, select and from, are mandatory. Mandatory because, but why it is mandatory? Because whenever we are retrieving something from the database, तो आपके पास 2 चीज होनी चाहिए. एक तो ये कि किस database table या tables से लेना है data. So what are the different database tables will be used or maybe using, we will be using. That is first thing. And if we identify that, okay, from these 2 tables, I will be retrieving the data. So out of these 2 tables, which attributes need to be displayed. एक तो होता है कि सभी attribute display करना है मुझे. जो 2 tables मैंने use किए हैं अपने retrieval result के लिए, तो मुझे सभी attributes को display करना है. So that's why these 2 clauses, from clause and select clause, are mandatory to be in the retrieval query, right? So so this is kind of condition. Out of these 6 clauses, these first 2 are mandatory. So these, and after this from clause, remaining 4 are basically required as per the complexity or as per the definition of the instruction कि आपको data क्या retrieve करना है. After that, let's go the nature of each and every clause. Now, select clause in a SQL query or in a retrieval query. Whenever we are using select clause, basically will have, so like we have written select star dot dot dot, then we have from dot dot dot, order by dot dot, group by, having dot dot, right? So select clause is used, so whenever we are using select clause in a SQL query, so it is used to list down the attributes required in the result. So whenever we are adding select clause, it is used to list all the attributes in the result. जो आपको result चाहिए, data result चाहिए. Similarly, from clause is used to list down the relations or table required for the retrieval. So एक database में बहुत सारे tables होंगे, ये तो obviously बात है. लेकिन out of these different database table in a database, which 2 or which 1 or which all are required to get the desired result. So you will be listing all the table names in the front of from clause. Somewhat here you can see, right? So you will have from employee, comma department, comma something. So we have to list all the possible relations in the from clause. Similarly, in the where clause, when suppose in a database retrieval query we are using where clause, it is to list the conditions on the tuple. Conditions on the list all the conditions on the tuple. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो टपल्स हमने, अब ये क्या हो गया कि आपने एक बार ये आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया कि सर आई हैव आइडेंटिफाई दैट these two tables are required to retrieve the data, and from these two tables these two attributes are required. Now I want to have some kind of condition, like I want to name the list of employees and their department numbers whose salary is more than 40,000. List of employees working on the department number 10. List of the female employees who are working on the department number 4. So this department number 4, department number 10, department number 3, gender male, and likewise. So whatever condition we want to be checked, we want to be imposed on the result, all these conditions could be or should be placed in the where clause. So we will be having like select, यहाँ पर attribute का नाम होगा, from we will be placing the table name, and here we will be having where D number is equals to 4, where gender equals to male, where project number is this, something like that. So we can have one condition, more than one condition. So whatever you think that these are the condition I should be placing, all those conditions, all those predicates should be placed in a where clause, right? Now after that, there are some requests required that the result should be arranged way. So you will be using order by. So after the where clause, we can use order by. So right, it is to arrange the list, arrange the data request, data retrieved, right? So you can use it for like order by salary. So default order is I think this decreasing. So जब भी आपका data retrieve होकर आपको display होगा SQL editor में, it will be arranged by descending order of the salary column. So you could use it like select from where order by, यहाँ लिखेंगे आप salary, right? So if you not mention anything like salary descending, so descending automatically लेगा because it is a default order. Now if you want to make it or sort it in the ascending order, it should be placing either salary then ascending, something like that. Now after that we will go for group by. Group by एक high end query भी use होता है, and it is to simply so in a database table there are various tuples stored, various tuples kept. Now suppose you want to apply a condition. Now condition we have applied using where, right? So वो तो पूरे database table पे हो गया कि salary more than 40,000, D number equals to or D number equals to 10 or 5, something like that. Now if you want to make a condition like you can say like number of employees on each gender. So male female है gender, एक column है attribute में, लेकिन अगर आपको कहा जाए कि आप कितने employee हैं आप ये आराम से कर सकते हैं count. लेकिन if I say can you give me the number of employee for each gender, number of employee on each department number. So for these, so because to get the number for each gender, आपको क्या करना है, logically जो table है आपको उसको group करना होगा. So you need to create two groups because gender पे दो ही, gender column में दो ही values हैं, male and female. So to count the number of employees in a female, to count the number of in female employees, you need to create some kind of groups of a database table. Database table record. तभी आप काउंट कर पाएंगे. अगर ओपन काउंट करेंगे तो कभी चलेगा नहीं डेटाबेस में. सो इसको हम डिस्कस करेंगे जब लैब्स में भी, तो आप रियलाइज करेंगे कि व्हाई इट इज हैविंग दिस काइंड ऑफ अरेंजमेंट, व्हाई दिस ग्रुप बाय इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट, एंड बेसिकली ओनली ग्रुप बाय कैन हेल्प यू आउट. आप कितनी भी क्वेरीज लिखें, सब क्वेरी, नेस्टेड क्वेरी, कुछ भी, इट विल नॉट हेल्प यू आउट टू बेसिकली गेट दिस रिजल्ट. So group by is to primarily used. Group by is only used to create subgroups of the result, subgroup of the result or subgroup of the database results. एक database table होगा, उसमें जो records हैं उनको subgrouping के लिए यूज होता है केवल. That's it. Now the last clause is called having. So having is something which is always being used with group by. अब group by में क्या किया हमने, जो भी डेटाबेस टेबल था, जो भी डेटाबेस टेबल आपके पास है अभी इस स्टेज पे, you can use a condition on these group results. That's what is said as having clause is to apply the additional condition on the group by result. तो ये बात क्लियर हो गई कि पहले ग्रुप बाय चलेगा, उसके बाद जो रिजल्ट आएगा, क्योंकि ये क्वेरी जो हम लिख रहे हैं ये ऐसा नहीं है कि रैंडमली कहीं से चल जाएगी. देयर इज अ फ्लो ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन. दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव रिटन इन नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, ऑर्डर ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द क्लॉजेस. ठीक है. तो अगर एक क्वेरी में, सो इसको हम थोड़ा बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं इस पार्ट को, पहले हम समझते हैं कि व्हाई दीज क्लॉजेस आर केप्ट इन अ डिफरेंट ऑर्डर. नाउ हमने पहले लिस्ट डाउन किया कि ये क्लॉजेस हैं, सेलेक्ट फ्रॉम, वेयर, ऑर्डर बाय, ग्रुप बाय, हैविंग. नाउ if you see carefully and if you assume that in a database query all the clauses are used, so what will be the execution order? So if you see, the first thing which will be executed is from clause, right? So किसी भी, क्योंकि from clause तो mandatory है, right? mandatory है, तो let me mark as a underline. So from clause and select clause are mandatory. So out of these 6 clauses, from and select are 2 mandatory clauses. तो ये जो बीच के हैं, where और order by, group by, ये सब तो ऑप्शनल है और क्वेरी के नेचर पर डिपेंड करेगा कि किस क्वेरी में कौन सी क्लॉज की हेल्प से आप डेटा रिट्रीव कर सकते हैं. सो आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट एक टिपिकल केस ये है कि देयर इज नो नीड टू हैव एनी अदर क्लॉज. एक सिंपल क्वेरी है तो उसमें क्या होगा, फ्रॉम पहले एग्जीक्यूट होगा. अब फ्रॉम एग्जीक्यूट होने का मतलब ये है कि डीबीएमएस सिस्टम विल आइडेंटिफाई द डेटाबेस रिलेशन, जहां से डेटा. सो आप फ्रॉम क्लॉज में लिखेंगे कि फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय, जो आप क्वेरी लिखेंगे तो उसमें सबसे पहले स्पॉट करेगा डीबीएमएस सिस्टम, वेयर इज दिस रिलेशन स्टोर्ड, वेयर इज दिस डेटाबेस रिलेशन इज केप्ट. सो एक बार आपका डेटाबेस टेबल आइडेंटिफाई हो गया डीबीएमएस में या डेटाबेस में, इट विल बी केप्ट. आफ्टर दैट, आफ्टर दिस फ्रॉम क्लॉज, द डेटाबेस इंस्टेंस will be kept into a temporary space. So you can say that now this database table is copied from hard drive to RAM, some temporary space, right? So when this from clause will be executed, the database table will be kept into a new temporary space. That is the effect of from clause. हो सकता है from clause में multiple tables use हो रही होंगी, तो मल्टीपल टेबल्स यूज होंगी, तो सर कैसे स्टोर करेगा वो, क्या अलग अलग टेबल्स स्टोर करेगा? नो. सो व्हेनेवर वी आर यूजिंग फ्रॉम क्लॉज एंड इन फ्रॉम क्लॉज वी हैव मोर देन वन रिलेशंस लाइक एम्प्लॉय कॉमा डिपार्टमेंट कॉमा प्रोजेक्ट, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि टेम्परेरी स्पेस में तीनों टेबल अलग अलग स्टोर हो जाएंगे. नो. इन SQL in each stage we will have only one result, we will have only one table. तो फ्रॉम क्लॉज में अगर आप 3 डिफरेंट टेबल्स मेंशन करते हैं क्वेरी के अंदर, तो डेटाबेस सिस्टम विल क्रिएट अ टेम्परेरी स्पेस एंड इट विल हैव these 3 tables which we have mentioned in the from clause as a Cartesian product. Cartesian product सिंपल क्या है? The combination of tuples of one table with second table. तो अगर आपके पास पहले टेबल में, फर्स्ट टेबल में 4 टपल हैं, दूसरी टेबल में 3 टपल हैं, तो जो आपका नया टेबल बनेगा जो फ्रॉम क्लॉज की वजह से बन रहा है, तो उसमें होगा 4 into 3, 12 टपल्स होंगे कॉम्बिनेशन में और एट्रीब्यूट्स पूरे होंगे, राइट? क्योंकि हर एक पहले टेबल के टपल के साथ सभी 3 टपल्स का कॉम्बिनेशन बनेगा दूसरे टेबल के. सो इट विल बी क्रिएटिंग अ कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट सिंपली यू अज्यूम, राइट? So because we have mentioned more than one relation in the from clause of a query, it will create Cartesian product simply, and it will kept in a one separate space. ठीक है? So from clause will be the first which will be executed in a retrieval query. Second, if you are not using any of it, like if where is not used, order by is not used, group by is not used, having is not used, then directly this select will be used. वो तो रहेगी मैंडेटरी. ठीक है? सो आफ्टर गेटिंग द सेलेक्ट क्लॉज एग्जीक्यूटेड, हमारे पास क्या है? टेबल का पूरा डेटा है, क्योंकि एज इट इज टेबल कॉपी हो गया है, और अगर 2 टेबल हैं तो उनका कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट है. तीन है तो उनका कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट है. So if we are using select just after the from because बीच में कुछ नहीं है, बीच में कोई भी क्लॉज यूज नहीं हुआ है, then it will be having the same data जो from क्लॉज में था टेम्परेरी स्पेस में, वही डेटा सेलेक्ट के पास भी आ गया. So it is like step by step progression. तो from क्लॉज में ये डेटा टेम्परेरी स्पेस है वो स्टोर्ड है, वहां पर अवेलेबल है, और उसके बाद सेलेक्ट एग्जीक्यूट होगा तो सेलेक्ट भी इसी को यूज करेगा. So this is called temp one kind of thing. So select clause is referring to this temp one, which is the result of from clause, right? और अगर आपने from के बाद where यूज किया, order by यूज किया, group by यूज किया, having यूज किया, तो after each and every clause we will have new result. Obviously also because from clause में हमारे पास एक डेटा था जो as it is डेटा से कॉपी होके आया है. Now if we are having something in the where clause, तो where clause में जो कंडीशन हमने लिखी है टपल्स पे, वो कंडीशन इस डेटा पे लगेगी जो टेम्प वन था, which is the result of, which is the temporary result of the from clause. So where condition जो लगेंगी उस टेम्प वन पे लगेंगी, and after that we will have temp two, right? Order by है तो order by क्या यूज करेगा, जो where clause का डेटा है, which is of now having temp three. So after each step, after each intermediate step, we will be having some new result, right? और होते होते लास्ट में it will be having select thing, select clause, right? So this is the typical flow of the retrieval query. So first from clause will be executed, and if there are some additional clause kept or mentioned, those clauses will be executed, and each and every clause will create a new data record, a new intermediate or temporary record. अब आप इन temporary records को नहीं देख सकते हैं because these are executed or these are kept in the background. Database will be taking care of it. जो हर एक क्लॉज का वो पर्पस है वो सॉल्व होगा, एग्जीक्यूट होगा, और इंटरमीडिएट रिजल्ट एग्जीक्यूट होते जाएंगे, और इवेंचुअली आफ्टर द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ सेलेक्ट क्लॉज we will have these final results for our purpose, right? So this is how basically we can understand that in a retrieval query we could have these 6 clauses, and these, after these 6 clauses, two clauses are mandatory, right? Because of some reason. Now so with this I think because these are the things only which we have to take care of. बाकी जो चीजें आएंगी वो query specific होंगी कि why this query is written like this, और हर query में यही clause use होंगे with some additional details, right? Like in select clause we will having some experiments कि select साथ क्या लिखना है, कौन सा attribute में लिखना है, उसको कैसे दिखाना है database पे, ठीक है? So now we are going to have experience on the database retrieval. So for example, I have taken this ABC table which is having these 4 attributes ABCD. Now if I write something like this, so you can see select and from, there are 2 clauses. So because SQL is not a case sensitive language, so I have written as a select star from ABC. So now you can say, so query is really like this only, select star from ABC, but execution में backend में क्या होगा, सबसे पहले from execute होगा, and from clause will identify, or from clause will basically retrieve the ABC database table and keep in the temporary space. Okay, तो जब ABC डाउनलोड जब temp 1 में जाएगा ABC database, तो ये पूरा database पूरा स्नैपशॉट है कि पूरा इंस्टेंस उसमें टेम्परेरी स्पेस में स्टोर होगा. But if you say now after getting the ABC in the temporary space, what are the different results or different attributes I wanted to be displayed in the final results? तो या तो आप स्टार कर दें, स्टार means all. So this if I mention select star, तो select means select आप क्या कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर लिस्ट कर रहे हैं attributes का नाम. So if you are using star, it means we want to display all the attributes and all the tuples, because tuples में हम लोग condition ही नहीं डाली, इसकी tuples कम होंगे. So we are using only these 2 clauses, select and from, and in select clause we are using a streak. Sometimes it is called streak, sometimes it is called star. So streak and star reference to the displaying of all the tuples. अब a star और a streak को हमने select clause में use किया है, means it is saying that all the attributes should be displayed. So after this you can see that basically after executing the select clause, we will be having all the details about a database table. So this is the query which we have tried earlier also, right? Now, if you want to make a specific request that out of these four database attributes, ABCK, दो attributes for data में display करना है. So in the final outcome, this portion will be displayed only, because we have explicitly mentioned A and B to be displayed in the select clause. Okay. Now, if you want to make some changes like A को आप किस तरीके से डिस्प्ले करना चाह रहे हैं, स्मॉल a या कि ASS, simple as, not A as. Let me change it. A as first name, right? So इसमें क्या होगा, हमने as एक प्रोविजन है जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि आउटपुट में जो आपको डिस्प्ले होगा, हम एट्रीब्यूट का नाम चेंज नहीं कर रहे हैं, ए का नाम चेंज नहीं कर रहे हैं. आप फ्रॉम क्लॉज स्किप करेंगे, टेबल को रिट्रीव करेंगे, उसका सेलेक्ट क्लॉज में आएंगे. सेलेक्ट क्लॉज में हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि ए जो एट्रीब्यूट है, डेटाबेस का एक्चुअल एट्रीब्यूट है, उसको डिस्प्ले के लिए जो डिस्प्ले होगा उसमें ए की जगह फर्स्ट नेम आएगा. सो वी आर सिंपली क्रिएटिंग एलियास, yes, alias, it is alias for temporary use, right? So इस तरीके से सिंपल यूज है एज का to basically renaming it for the display purpose. ठीक है, क्योंकि डेटाबेस टेबल का रीनेमिंग तो अलग तरीके से होता है, दिस इज डन बाय alter part. Okay, so this is a simple expression. Now let's go for the other table. So now here we are trying to retrieve the employee table. Then we are trying to retrieve its first name attribute and rename as a f name as a first name for display purpose, right? So this is something very simple query, simple expression. Now the very first thing which we will be dealing with on a database is called aggregate functions. So aggregate functions are some set of expressions or some set of functions or procedures which are defined in SQL, and these are used to perform some mathematical operations on a database table and its attribute, right? So जैसे हमने एक typical scenario लिया था कि how to get the minimum, maximum, sum, average of some attribute which is of numeric type. Like in case of employee table, we have kept salary. We have kept salary column, salary attribute. Now, suppose there is a query that what is the highest salary in the organization? What is the minimum salary of the organization? What is the average salary of the organization? So you can say, I will be simply going to the salary column and performing these operations: min, max, sum, average, something like that. Okay. Now there is a possibility of a query that can you give me the number of employee? Can you give me the number of project in the company? Can you give me the number of departments in the company? Can you give me the number of dependents of employees dependent, right? So basically what we are trying to say, whenever we want to perform these kind of basic counting operation, basic aggregation operation. Aggregation means you are collecting all these things. Segregation is one thing, aggregation is something. Aggregation means you need to, so to perform this task, you need to go to each and every record. That's what aggregation means, right? So aggregate करना एक part ये कि आपको हर record को देखना है, and after going to evaluating these records, you will be selecting or you will be counting it, right? Like to perform average, you need to say sum of all records and then number of records. To perform sum also, you need to have some kind of aggregation, that पहले भी लेंगे उसके ऊपर दूसरी को ऐड करेंगे, +3 +4 +5 +6 likewise. To get the maximum value also, you have to see the all records. To get the minimum value of records, you have to see all the records, something like that. So aggregation basically, so there are various operations. I have mentioned only 5 or 6. और बहुत सारे हैं, जो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन है, स्टैंडर्ड वेरिएंस है, मिड है, मीडियन है, बहुत सारे जो मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशंस होते हैं जो कि wherever we need aggregation kind of activity, those are all listed in the aggregate function of a SQL editor, SQL or DBMS system. So अगर आपको एक simple task करना है कि you have to give me the count of projects, you need to give me the count of employee in the company. So counting employee means simply counting the number of records in the database table employee. क्योंकि employee table में जो भी records हैं वो it says that we have kept uniquely, we have kept the records of employee uniquely in the employee table. So अगर आप database table में employee में अगर count कर लें कि इतने records हैं, it means this is the number that we have as an employee also. So you need to simply issue an expression like count star. Now what star means? So we have this. So if we use simple select star from employee, this will give you the whole list of records, whole list of attributes in employee table, right? And now my task is to count the star. So basically आपका जो table है उसके पूरे records को count करना है. And this simply means total number of tuples or total number of employees. So whenever anyone say, okay, what is the number of employee in your company, you simply request like select count star from employee, select count star from department. So select count star from department gives you the number of departments. Select count star from project will give you the number of projects in the company, right? So select count star. So we have used star. Star means all. So जो भी पूरा database table है उसको open कर देगा वो और उसको count कर देगा. ठीक है? Now, so if I say select count salary, so instead of star we have mentioned a column here. Select count salary from employee. Now, can you tell me one thing? If in the salary column, so in a company there are 10 employees, in the company, 10 records in the employee table, but for 2 employees, this salary value is kept as null. What is the result of this select? What is the result of salary? Select count salary from employee. Can you tell me? Let me take 1 minute break. आ सकते हैं क्या आउटपुट होगा? If total 10 employee and for 2 the salary is null. Yes, tell me. So Palak says 8, Arushi, Ardeep, and Tushar says, Tushar, why it is 58? Okay, so it is 8. Tushar one says, okay, so 8 is the answer because null value will not be counted. That is for Abish, right? So any aggregate operation or any aggregate function will not consider the presence of null values. ठीक है? क्योंकि इसका लॉजिक सिंपल सा है कि अगर हम एवरेज फंक्शन को ऑपरेट करें कि select let me paste as a average एवरेज ऑफ सैलरी, अगर हम ये भी करें और यही अज्यूम करें कि इट इज हैविंग 10 एम्प्लॉइज एंड फॉर 2 एम्प्लॉय द एवरेज इज फॉर 2 एम्प्लॉइज द सैलरी इज नल. So ideally it should be taking like that only कि जो लोगों की सैलरी है उसका सम होगा और जो दो नल है उनकी सैलरी तो है नहीं. तो if अगर हम ये कंसीडर करें कि सम ऑफ सैलरी डिवाइड बाय 10, अगर हम ये अज्यूम करें बाय 10 कि नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज तो 10 ही हैं, the average value will be misleading. The average value will be misleading if we consider the presence of the null values, right? So in this case, in this expression, select average of salary from employee, it will act like sum of salary divided by the count of employee, count of, not employee, count of salary. So it will not consider the presence of these two records which are having salary in column as a null, right? So any aggregate function, I am talking about only aggregate functions. So these aggregate function will not consider the presence of null values, right? So let me try here one additional expression named as a distinct. उसको मैं यहाँ प्लेस कर देता हूँ ताकि आपको इजी रहे समझने में. तो डिस्टिंक्ट में क्या रहेगा कि DISTINCT, distinct. So it will display. Let me place. Yes, okay. ये कर सकते हैं. So what could be the output of this? Let me try. So distinct is for some purpose. So I have used select distinct of salary. एक एक्सप्रेशन ये है जिसमें हम डिस्टिंक्ट यूज नहीं कर रहे, we are simply using it this select salary from employee. So naturally second expression select salary from employee will give you the list of all the salary values. So in the salary column, in the salary attribute, whatever values are appearing will be displayed by the second expression here, select salary from employee. Right, because we have not mentioned anything to be filtered out. We have not added anything. Employee table आ जाएगा, employee table में से salary जो attribute है उसकी और सभी values को display कर देना है select column में. बस that's it. But if you see the very first expression, which is select distinct, then this. So what is the output of this? Can you tell me? Select distinct salary from employee. Can you tell me that? So it will display the distinct value. अब distinct value का मतलब ये है कि अगर दो लोगों की सैलरी 5,000 है, 50,000 है, दो लोगों की, तो एक ही इंस्टेंस आएगा, right? That is for sure because it is distinct. Now, if we are having two employees as a null value, salary value is null for two employees. What about that? Tell me. Two employee as a null salary, what is the possible scenario for them? इसका आउटपुट क्या होगा? Select distinct salary from employee. का आउटपुट क्या होगा? If we are having 4 distinct values and 2 null values, तो उस 2 null value को क्या करेगा? क्या एक दिखाएगा कि 2 दिखाएगा? What is your possible reply? Not counted, not 1 null, 0 दिखाएगा. I mean 0 not दिखाएगा. It will be having, so we have 4 distinct values, 4 not distinct, 4 physical values which are distinct, and now we are saying that there are 2 null values. तो आप इसको नोट करिए और लैब में भी डिस्कस करेंगे हम. बट मेरा कंसर्न ये है कि अगर मैं इस क्वेरी को चेंज करता हूं काउंट वाली को, अब उसको मेरा कंसर्न ये है समझाने का आपको कि लेट्स हैव दिस कंसर्न. सो यू नीड टू वेरीफाई द एक्सप्रेशन. Just a minute. This is the last possible thing which we are discussing. Distinct salary. Now, can you see this expression? Select count distinct salary from employee. Now we are using distinct. Again, assume the same scenario. जो पहले हम कह रहे थे कि सर 8 आएगा. If out of 10, 2 are assigned as a null. Now tell me what is the output of this. Select count distinct salary, assuming that for two employee, the value is salary value is null. But remaining 8, there is some value defined, and let's assume that out of 8 we are getting only 4 values as distinct. So our concern is to understand what about these 2 null values. वो कैसे consider होगा? So can you tell me the answer for this query? Select count distinct salary from employee. Can you tell me? So probably from here Okay, it is 4, so you need to take care of it. So because we are using now count, right? So count, because count is aggregate function, so it should not take, or it should not consider the presence of a null value, right? So ideally it should show 4, because only these 4 values are the physical values which are appearing in the particular attribute, right? So ideally 4 should be the answer. You should be verifying this fact while we will be having discussion on the labs, right, in the next week. So let's go back to the this code. So now after this count part, so count function is primarily used to have the number of records. So whenever you want to have some query, okay, can you give me the total number of project, total number of anything? So it will be using by count. Similarly, if you see this clause, this query, so it is to understand the max, min, max, average salary. So this is what we have discussed. Let me take the last part. I think we have time of at least 2 to 3 minutes, right? So let's finish it. So primarily after getting idea of these kind of aggregate function use, let's go to the very first type of retrieval query where we will be using where clause, right? क्योंकि हमें यहाँ aggregate में जरूरत नहीं है where clause की, we can directly use these two in the select clause. और आपको याद रखना है कि जो भी एग्रीगेट फंक्शन है जो हमने डिस्कस किए हैं, ये आप 2 ही जगह कर सकते हैं ऐड, एक तो सेलेक्ट क्लॉज में और एक हैविंग क्लॉज में. बीच में कहीं यूज नहीं कर पाएंगे आप. वेयर क्लॉज में यूज नहीं करेंगे, कहीं भी नहीं यूज करेंगे. उसका रीजन होगा, हम लैब में देखेंगे क्यों होगा. ओके, नाउ इफ यू सी अ क्वेरीज लाइक, जहां पर आपको पार्शियली मैच करना है. अभी आपको डायरेक्ट मैच करना तो इजी है. Select star from employee where D number is 4, where project number is 5, where first name is John. Now there are some queries where we need to match the partial field. जिसमें मैं कहता हूं कि हमने एड्रेस कॉलम में सबके एड्रेस मेंटेन किए हैं, उसमें लिखा हो हाउस नंबर कॉमा स्ट्रीट कॉमा स्टेट कॉमा कंट्री, समथिंग लाइक दैट. अब मेरे पास क्वेरी आती है, यू नीड टू प्रोवाइड द लिस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉय who are belonging or who are related to Delhi, who are related to India. तो वो कैसे करेंगे? It is a partial match, it is a substring match, right? So to whenever we want to perform this kind of query, we have 2 operators to deal with. First operator is percentage. So percentage means it is a variable string. So in the very first expression, if we write like let me change the address and India. So this will give you, because select star from employee where, now we have added where address equals to and percentage India percentage. It means जो भी आपका कॉलम है एड्रेस, उस कॉलम के वैल्यू में इंडिया कहीं भी सबस्ट्रिंग अपीयर होगा तो वो टपल क्वालिफाई हो जाएगा, क्वालिफाइड टू बी अपीयर इन द फाइनल लिस्ट. नाउ इफ यू सी वी हैव यूज्ड सेलेक्ट स्टार, सो नेचुरली फ्रॉम पहले चलेगा. सबसे पहले फ्रॉम क्या करेगा, एम्प्लॉय डेटा को निकाल लेगा. उसके बाद जो भी एम्प्लॉय डेटा है उसके वेयर क्लास क्या करेगा, एड्रेस कॉलम में जाके कंडीशन इंपोज करेगा, और जो भी रिजल्ट्स रिट्रीव हो रहे हैं, जो भी टेबल्स क्वालिफाई हो रहे हैं, हमने एट्रीब्यूट्स पूरे रख रहे हैं क्योंकि एट्रीब्यूट्स की कंडीशन डिसाइड होगी सेलेक्ट क्लॉज में जाके. So we will take out all the tuples where this India is appearing as a substring. Then after this where clause, we will be going to the select clause, and select clause say you have to display all. You have to display all the attributes, but in these attributes only few tuples are appearing where India substring is appearing as a subtext. ठीक है, address field में. Similarly, there is some query कि you need to retrieve the employees whose birth date or date of birth is on 0909. So date of birth का जो सिंटेक्स होगा उसमें क्या होगा, डेट मंथ mm dd yyyy. अगर मैं इसको इस तरीके से कर दूं कि एंड परसेंट कहाँ गया, यस एंड परसेंट और उसके बाद 1980 या कि 198, फिर क्या करेगा, this will give you this is probably the last query. What is the possible output of this? एरर होगी, कुछ आउटपुट हो सकता है इसका. Tell me, can you tell me? इसका आउटपुट क्या होगा? आपको दोनों चीज चेक करनी है. So let me share again this notes. We have two probably operator. First operator is percentage. Percent means you can have this variability of text कि उसके आगे पीछे कुछ भी टेक्स्ट हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But if you use underscore, which is to specify the place, कि underscore underscore underscore, it means after these 4 spaces अगर ये string आती है, then result should be selected, right? So the second query which I have posted to you, this second query will give you. This second query will give, because we are assuming that data of work is having month, mm, day, and year, right? So this query, the second query will give you in the chat box. If you see in the second query, it will give you the employees whose birth year is falling in 198. So it could include from 80 to 89. So 80 is basically, right? So it will select, so this second query will select all the employees. Second query here, if you write like this, underscore underscore, then underscore underscore, then this. So let me keep this like this. So this second query will give you the list of all the employees whose birth year is falling in 1980s, right? Because we have fixed these spaces. Okay, after these many places, if this value is found, those tuples will be selected. तो आप place fix कर देते हैं, ठीक है? जैसे इसमें क्या है कि first name में अगर J is the first letter, so any employee which is having J as the first letter of his name, first name, it will be selected. So first place के बाद कुछ भी हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. अगर मैं इसको ऐसे मार्क कर दूं, it means we have specified the place of this letter. So if J is appearing in employee's first name in the second place, J is the second letter, the employee will be selected, something like that. ठीक है? So whenever you found some kind of queries that okay, you have to see this string in any attribute, you can use this substring matching, right? So for today, actually, this is something we have taken, and we will be discussing the remaining concepts. Yes, we can place that. And then we can place underscore after percentage, percentage after star, something. So we can combine these different queries. So in labs, we will be having few queries where we will be using these